Oh, sweet. It says I'm live. Mm, cool. I'm tired. But this is when I do my brain work. Lately, this is like when I do my creative work. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I still have string too. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. There's still string on here. I gotta cut out a piece though. Let's see. So I got this bad boy that I'm working with. I should probably look at this one. This bad boy that I'm working with, and it's gonna go. There's a stain on my sweatpants, so eventually it's gonna go over my sweatpants, but I'm gonna make it look super cool first. I don't think I like what that is. That's gonna upset me. I have to figure that out. Okay. But that's fine. We can figure that out later. Can this just go away? I'm gonna close out of that. Oh, cool. I like OBS. It tells you, like, I just clicked out of something. And it's like, are you sure? And if you're not, and if you are sure, like, this is how I get this back, which is great. I'm gonna need that later. I'm gonna go with the dark purple. I had all this scrap fabric from another project, which I did not bring down with me, but it's a sweater that has a drippy banana kind of all put together. And I started making a banana bag, but it's like a prototype for a banana bag. Because I knew, like, as I did it, I'm a hands-on person, so I knew as I did it that I would probably screw it up a million times. And so I just started prototyping it, made a pattern, started sewing it together. And I'm going to kind of finesse it so it gets the right banana shape. But yeah. I had a stupid song stick in my head. I'm not excited about it. Because I can't sing it. I only know a little bit, and it's sweet treat. I'm super excited because I'm having coffee with a person that I went to high school with, who I haven't seen in many years, but she was cool. I always thought she was the coolest. I went to a small school, so it's weird to like, I went to a really small school, so you knew people more intimately. I would say you knew people more intimately because you went to a small school. um, yeah. So it's like a little different. It's kind of cool. I want to put an eyeball on this heart. It's been like this image has been sitting in my head rent free. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna make a weird eyeball to go inside the heart, which I think is a traditional thing. I should probably looked it up, but it's just sitting in my head rent free. It needs to come out. And we're gonna put on music because otherwise I'm gonna start singing things that I don't want to sing. Let's see. Put some music on. I don't pay for Spotify. I don't pay for Spotify. And I don't know what the copyright royalty free YouTube. I don't know what the copyright rules are here. They sent me a thing, and it's on my list of stuff to read. So I edit video, and there's a song from a video stuck in my head. And it's just like, you know what's funny? It's like, I did all of my communication yesterday afternoon with people, and now, actually, I have 2 meetings today, so I communicated about those, and now everybody wants to talk. And people I tried to get a hold of yesterday, now they want to talk. And I just want to listen to music and craft, which is why I'm here. Lo-fi music. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put on. I have to put on the TikTok live, just because I'm trying to get people over here making things. Making art to wear is probably more accurate. I'll just go live on here. It's funny because, like, I think they're very similar, like TikTok Live and this, but this is a whole platform, whereas, like, I don't know. I don't know how the visibility works on either one of them, so we'll see. I should have measured this. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Mm-hmm. I can't with the song. That is like, that's the one thing about, I gotta figure out how I can play music while I do this. Follow for how that turns out. I'm just gonna ask somebody. It's very early. I have so much stuff to do, and so I just want to get my crafting and this out of the way. Okay, this is still a little big. It's like, I need it. Don't you want? Yeah, like that's better. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's funny. It's just like goes. Okay. Yeah. But then I gotta go around the edges of this. And I think I'm gonna do it in yellow. I don't know where this white came from. There's this sparkly. I think it might have to be, I might have to do the sparkly. Yeah, I might have to do the sparkly one. Because it's kind of how I'm feeling this morning. Like, I need a little extra sparkle. That's it. I just need some extra sparkle. I feel very in need of extra sparkle. Does everybody's life always feel like one existential crisis after another? What? Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I can get this. Oh, damn. Might have to use the thick needles. That's my parents' dog. He's trying really hard not to bark. He wants to go outside because there's squirrels, and the deal is like he can't bark. If he wants to go out, he's got to sit and be quiet and be good. But it's really hard for him because he's still kind of a puppy. He's like 2, so he's like just out of that puppy phase. And so like, this is him having a hard time. Oh, he didn't get to go out. He couldn't do it. When he goes, like, he'll be quiet and then he'll like make that noise as he's skidding off the porch. It's really funny. I gotta grab a different needle. Okay, but it's just because there's squirrels out there and he wants to see them. He wants to see them so bad. Wait. Boy. And now he's barking at the squirrels. Okay. Dude, it's so much easier to do this when there's less people in the house. It's so much easier doing everything when there's less people. I don't know how people grow up in huge families. Like, and I grew up in a big family and still, like, so much time is spent thinking there's too many people around. Which is funny, because, like, hello. I spent a lot of time, like, not wanting to be alone. And now, like, then I spent a lot of time learning how to enjoy being alone. And now I really enjoy being alone. And winter in New York, when you're trapped in places and you can't leave or go hiking or do any of that fun stuff, it's hard to be alone. It's easy to be alone. I don't get alone time. There's never alone time. Fortunately, like, my dad's the one who's usually around, and he and I do a lot of fun stuff together, like gardening stuff. And we made bagels this weekend. We made bagels from scratch, and that was a lot of fun. And bialys. We learned how to make bialys. The bagels are freaking phenomenal. So if you ever, got 4 hours you're looking to kill, make some bagels. It'll be worth it. So, like, we just got the whole, like, 5-pound bag of bread flour and used the whole thing. I was like, what else are we going to use this bread flour for? So we just made so many bagels, and I froze, like, half of them. Right now, I'm working on making this because there's a stain on my pants, and so I'm going to make a patch and then put the patch over the stain. And, yeah. But I've been doing a lot of custom... Oh, why did I do this? This needle sucks. It's not... Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I only need to put... I did the bigger needle because it only needs to go through this one. I'm going to blanket stitch around the edge of this, and then I'm going to sew it onto here. Yeah. But this needle is not ideal. It's not, like, sharp enough. But, this string is going to be the bane of my existence, I'm realizing. That was a real, 2 stitches in. Quick realization. Oh, man. The things you do for beauty, right? Am I right? My hand is already asleep. My hand might have started off asleep, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest. Yeah, do that. I don't know. That's the other thing I gotta learn. I don't know how to make these buttons do things. So those of you tuning in on TikTok, I am I stream from Twitch now, so that when TikTok goes away, people can find me. But also I get to... Okay, I don't like it. Ugh. It's texturally awful. It looks beautiful. It's sparkly. But texturally and the needle-wise, it's pretty freaking awful. But that's fine. We just got to get through a little bit of it. We're just going to do the thing all around, and then we can put it onto the patch, and we can change out the needle, and it'll be a better experience all around. It goes pops. It's not like... I don't know what this needle's for. I found it. I'm more of a... I found the shit I needed, or the shit that would work. Some people call it a MacGyver. My mom calls it inconvenient. Yeah, she calls it inconvenient. It's usually her shit, I find. But anyways, I'm making this patch to put on my sweatpants because I got a stain on them, and they're gray. They could use some new life. So I have this leftover felt from another project, which I didn't bring down with me, but I made this drippy banana thing, and I by layering all this stuff. So I layer all this felt, and then I made a drippy banana, and I took that and made it into a pocket, and then I sewed it into the back of one of my sweaters. So I don't like capitalism. I don't like capitalism. It's kind of a problem. So like when I buy clothes, I just buy empty clothes, like plain colors, plain things. But I'm not a plain person. I'm a very he person. So this is like, so yeah. So you learn to customize things, but also like when you get to, I don't know, I got to a point where all the clothes was boring anyways. Like all the clothes was boring and cheap anyways. So I just bought the really boring and cheap clothes, and now I just make it cool because it was going to be boring and cheap anyways. And that's how I feel about capitalism. I would much rather spend my time doing this than making my clothes very me and cool and learning new skills and like new problem solving. Like what I'm making right now is something that's been living in my brain rent free for too long. So now I'm making it. And then it doesn't have to live in my brain anymore. Then it moves out and makes room for new ideas to live in my brain rent free. Case in point, I'm making a banana bag. And this is a prototype because I would really like to make it out of leather. But the idea is that this is going to be like, boop, it's going to have that, but it's going to be a drippy banana. So I have all these chains that I want to, I think, put D-rings on the underside of the banana and hang all these chains from. But again, this is the prototype because I'm making a pattern. So then, like, there's a whole system here. There's a whole system to my madness. So I live stream it and record it so that I can post it to YouTube so that other people can learn how to do crafts and fun things and be creative and eliminate those boxes of society that they've tried so hard to put there. See, I did this wrong, but it doesn't matter. But so if I record it and I go live, and then yeah. And I'm also an author. So another part of what I do is like I'm an author, and I wrote a book it's not a read book, it's a do book. And so it's got all these different kinds of practices and ways to be creative so that you can learn like what really makes you happy and what brings you joy in life. And I'm going to stab myself in the eye with this needle if I'm not careful. So I wrote this book. It's called Unfiltered, A Radical Guide to Loving Yourself First. And it's about learning to love yourself in answer to like what brings you joy and happiness through creative means. So through writing and drawing and doodling and meditative stuff and just, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I was really surprised because I really thought the book would speak to mostly women. I didn't think men would kind of attach to it in the way that they have, but that's a really cool thing to see for me. I don't want to go all the way around this. I want to take this stitch back. And a lot of the people so I've sold, it came out January 1st. I've sold almost 25 copies now. Or given them away, and it's been really great. It's been so cool to see people connect with it, and for the people to tell me like it's just like reading a book that your friend wrote. So I wrote the book because my sister was going through and is going through a really weird and difficult time, and I think I went on this whole tangent to her about how like if she loved herself first, she wouldn't accept what she's accepting from other people, which is like poor behavior and poor treatment of her. And just really trying to get that point across to her. I was like, this is what I've been trying to teach like everyone around me. This is the basis of what I think will help make the world a better place, is people who love themselves and can answer to themselves. And I don't know, It's just I'm gonna use those as like little eyelashes. That's kind of cute. But so, anyways, I dedicated the book to my sister, but I did write it for her because I just wanted her to love herself more. I want her to have a good life, and it just seemed like something that was so beneficial to everybody. So I made a book. But I think it's through like creativity that, like, creativity is just so important for people to have and to have and be a part of their life. So so I live stream on Twitch, so that when TikTok goes away, I have a place that I can still like fulfill my missions work in, which is really just being creative and showing the world that like we can all be creative humans and that we should all be creative humans, that nothing really fucking matters. So I use a process called what I call intuitive sewing, and that's just like I just go with the flow of it. Like I'm gonna make this triangle. Right? Make it a triangle. I don't know what a flash goal is. Kind of envision a different piece of fabric. I envision a different piece of fabric. Let's see what we got. This might work. Show me what you got. From here to here, and from here to up here. What? Cool. But maybe putting it down. Yeah. Something like that. And I just like, keep finessing it till it goes where I want it. There we go. There we go. And so, there's a stain on my pants on the knee. So I'm just gonna make a patch. I'm gonna lose my mind. I think I did lose my mind. I don't know if you all can hear the dog barking, but the dog is barking. I'm gonna use this really cool velvet stuff to sew around the edges of this one. And this one is great because this should go in the pointy needle. Oh, please tell me it's not gonna, might not fit. If it doesn't fit, I can't use that big needle anymore. It hurts my hand. Yeah, this is not gonna fit. It could, but I don't want to get up and get pliers or a new needle. New plan, yellow string. Oh, the blue too. Oh no, purple. I have purple. I'm gonna use the purple around the yellow, because then I'll give it like a weird pop. Hi, homie. This is Rowan. Hi, homie. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Okay. He's a squirrel hunter. He just came in from trying to get squirrels. We have like, this is funny. My dad, that's my parents' dog, and my dad is retired, so he's like home all day. Just we do weird puttery stuff. He helps me with projects sometimes. And then my mom works. And so I went out of town, and every time I go out of town, they're like, the dog is so happy you're back because you're the only one who understands him. But what's funny is it's not that I understand him. It's that like in the morning, he just wants to go out and chase the squirrels, and he can go out front or out back. So he's got a lead, like a run that he can run on one side of the house, and on the other side of the house he has a fenced in area. So he's two different ways to like be out there. And this man, he'll just back and forth all day long. And I just let them. I just do it. I'll just let them in and out, in and out. And my parents don't. They're like, what does he want? Like, I just let him in and out all day. He just wants to go in and out. Because otherwise he'll like sit there and bark at them. And they don't understand that either. So it's really funny. Oh yeah, this is so much nicer. That sparkly stuff is beautiful, but it's really hard to thread. I feel like yesterday I was in like the zone for this, and then I feel like today I'm doing it all wrong. But that's fine. Nothing really matters anyways. It's just a patch to cover up a stain. It's like the story of my life. So I started out, like, I've done art my whole life. I've created things and just done all that kind of stuff. So bum, bum, bum. And now I was traditionally a painter. Ooh. And now I just make all sorts of stuff because like painting wasn't enough. I feel really, really anxious today. I feel like I still feel like I'm gonna be in trouble for spending my time doing this, which is ridiculous. Oi. Oh. Let's go. Wait. Oh. Let's see. It's kind of knotted, so I gotta. There we go. I had to unknot it, and then I can. So I'm just like blanket stitching around this piece, so I can layer it on the next piece. Because I like the look of it when it's like, yeah, I like the look of it. Bum, bum, bum. So like I create things because I like currently I'm making this because I want to wear it. I'm making this because I'm sick of the teeny tiny stain on the knee of my pants and I want to add some color. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Keeps me occupied. Greaters my skills. So more than two birds. It's like a whole flock of birds. Eventually I though will have to get the sewing machine. Because that's how I kind of put all these together. And you could like, I guess there's iron-on stuff that I could use, but I'm afraid it's gonna come apart. So I'm just gonna use the sewing machine. And also, like, I draw with the sewing machine, like, so I think that gives another cool aspect to what I'm doing. Actually, that's a great idea. See, this is why you have to do this, because as you work through it, you come up with new ideas or ways to make it better because you're thinking about it. So like, people underestimate the real value of the slowdown, and let me tell you, I this winter have been forced to slow down and just work and think about things and do them. And I've got a whole plan for my boss, which is, I think, going to be a lot better, especially for like what I'm doing and what I want to do. Listen, I'm slowing down with this banana bag because I want it to be good. I want it to be cool. I want it to be better. So, yeah. Slow down and create and think, because now I'm like, I can put all of these pieces together and then sew over them, and that just reinforces the patch so that it's sturdy, and then it's also like adding to the integrity of the pants that I'm going to put them on. So again, 2 birds, 1 stone. I think efficiency. He stabbed myself. sometimes we think of time as the only way that we can be efficient, but efficiency is more than just time. I like how this looks. It's cute. It's cute. But yeah, and then I'm gonna put it on here. Look at that. But anyways, time is, people think time is the only thing to worry about with efficiency. I think I'm just gonna sew it. I'm just gonna tack it down now. But it's not. It's not. Efficiency is more than just like the time you spend on doing things. It's like, am I spending more time on doing this? Yes. Does it bring me joy? So much joy. So that's efficient because then my brain is working in a capacity that works more efficiently. I can come up with better ideas, faster ideas, a better final product. So time isn't the only efficiency in life. It's just one of the things. And then my, clothes are gonna be cool, and my brain is enriched. My fingers are stabby. I played guitar for a long time though, so like I have yet to actually bleed from doing this, which is probably good. That's probably a good thing. Boy, I have such a busy day today. That's probably why I'm already anxious and feel like I shouldn't be doing this, but this is important to me. Like, this is really, making things is important to me, so I have to spend the time to do it. But oh, sweet. And so I just tacked it all down. I have so much stuff going on today. I have a website client I have to talk to, so that might be awesome. That's going to be awesome. And then I have a high school friend coming over for coffee. I have not seen her in a very long time. Excuse me. I have a meeting. In between all that stuff, I should probably do some work. I have to do some work. I have a whole bunch of messages right now on my computer that say I'm going to need to at least look at some work. But that's fine. I have most of the afternoon, and I can even go out somewhere and work from somewhere else after my coffee meeting. Oh, well, hello there. I found some copper gold. No, it's like gold thread. Polyester metallic. I think I want to use the yellow. So the yellow, I gotta divide the string so it's smaller. Because she's thick. But I do like that it varies in color. Sometimes it's easy to unknot these. But my eyes feel tired, and I don't wanna. I'm like, why am I so tired today? But I'm tired because I was up at like 5 a.m. Yeah, sometimes I don't sleep. Oh man. Oh man. This gets a little willy-nilly. Because they're all like, it's like the phone cord. It's like a whole bunch of tiny little freaking 90s phone cords all stuck and wrapped around each other. There we go. You just gotta kind of like, figure out a way to do it. Because then the back end of this is like Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I think there's like a system here to it. If I was an octopus, I'd be crafting so much. See, you want to talk about efficiency. If I had 8 arms and 9 brains. I hate that it works so much better when I use my mouth. This is intense. The blue one was so much easier to do this with. I don't know what I did. It's just so... Did I do this with the blue one? I had to have. I don't know. This yellow one is like on a whole different level from... Yeah. Okay. Great. That's... Next. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I used the blue one. I have no clue now. I'm so confused. I don't think I used this one either. I think I just used the purple one. That's funny. Okay. Try the gold one. Bump, bump. And so, like, yeah. So, intuitive crafting. Like, pulling apart that yellow is going to make me bonkers. So, that's me going, there's probably a better solution to this problem, which is going to be the gold, which is fine because I love the gold thread. Look, and you know how you know you made the right choice? It just threads on the needle so much easier. The universe is like, do the sparkly gold one. Here, I'll make it easy for you. Do the sparkly gold one. Me, I'm gonna do it with the sewing machine. Also me, sparkly gold thread. I am not sure why, and it's not always gonna, I know it's not always gonna be like this, but currently, right now, I enjoy sewing by hand more than I enjoy going and getting the sewing machine. So I've just been sewing everything by hand because when I get to that point, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to sew it by hand. I'm sure it'll might wear on me. I don't know. I used to try to get things done really, really fast, like projects and stuff like that. And now I'm like really enjoying like marinating with it, like having time. So for those of you following on TikTok, make sure you go over to Twitch and follow there because I can't guarantee the life of TikTok. So I'm having a lot of doubts in TikTok's sustainability. So you can find me on Twitch. That one might have bled. Nope, not yet. That one hurt though. That one was right into my knuckle. It feels like it goes so far. No, that one's gonna bleed. Just so small. The the texture of the thread pulling through the other stuff, like, it's different. I don't know if I like it or not, to be honest. like it'll be fine, but I can see where like my kid has like I was whisking some stuff, and he was like, "Mom, that noise is awful." And apparently he doesn't like the metal scraping on the metal, and that's what this feels like to me. It's like that. It gets really curly too. This one is really curly. So, oh man. All right. Do this. But I don't know how it's gonna work for this one. Usually it's like cotton thread and like kind of, it's just really curly and keeps getting knotted. More plastic thread than like cotton thread. I feel like back in the day they wore thimbles so they didn't get stabbed. Here I am, just raw dogging it. Boop. You can't even really see the gold stitching, which is fine and works for me. Ideally, if I finish this, I can wear these pants, but I don't. That's a lot to commit to. Finishing it in order to be able to wear it is a lot to commit to for my day. I can finish the patch. If I finish the patch, though, I'm not sewing it. That's the thing. I'm not sewing it. I won't be sewing it onto the pants today, so. Because I have to get the sewing machine, and I don't want to get the sewing machine. Hello.
No. You can't go with me today.
No.
That sucks.
He's like, what? Ah, fuck. Stabby. Boy. This is what I got so far. Drink some coffee. Oh, it's gonna be quiet. It's gonna be great.
See you tomorrow or whatever.
See you tomorrow or whatever. Probably sometime tomorrow.
Once I get back early.
Okey doke. I might leave early and go work from Funk.
After your coffee.
No, this afternoon. I might go work downtown. Downtown.
Fine.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
You stinky dog. Sure, you stinky. I can smell you. You got bad breath.
He just doesn't understand why you're not taking him with you.
No, he doesn't. Not so used to it.
Yeah. It's okay. You can hang out with me, homie.
Well, he came out of the truck.
The dog just loves sitting in the truck. Like, you don't even have to take him anywhere. You just put him in the like, if he's getting antsy, put him in the truck. He'll have a great time.
Something different.
Oh, this is great.
Harass the rabbits and squirrels so long.
Yeah. Yep. Boy.
You don't want to play.
Shit. I accidentally knotted it. Sometimes, because it's curly, it like knots itself up. My hand is asleep. Asleep, sleep, sleep. That's the only problem with like making stuff is I have carpal tunnel here. This one I had surgery on, and this one hasn't come back. But this one is like very tingly. Really, really. Where I have a moment. Come here. Come here. Come here. We're having a moment because we got left without. We got left at home. Oh, don't lick. Ugh. Wrong way. That's Browen. You need to chill, dude. He'll be back later. So my dad takes the dog on car rides with him now. And like a lot because he just likes sitting in the car. It wears him out somehow. Just like the stimulation, I think, of being somewhere new. So my dad takes him a lot, but he's going to my grandma's house. And my grandma has another dog, and they don't get along. So my dad can't take him with him. And so he's crying and sad because he wants to go with his buddy. Seriously, like, he just wants to sit in the car. Like, there have been times we have, my dad has had to, like, get stuff out of the house, so he moves the truck. He'll take the dog, put the dog in the truck, and move the truck from the driveway to the house. And let the dog just sit in there while he puts stuff in the truck, and then drives the truck back to the garage, moves stuff to the garage, and then gets the dog out, brings him inside, and the dog goes and takes a nap. He's like, okay, I had my fun. I had my time. It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay. I really like this patch very much. It's gonna go great on my jeans, on my pants. Makes me look very pale. Very Canadian. Oh, I'm tired. Want a snack. I want my hands to stop hurting. This be a cool pocket. Nah, that would be a cool pocket. Look, it's that little pocket. Well, that's a pocket now. I do that a lot. I'd be like, this would be a great pocket. It's a pocket now. It could be on the back of a sweater, but it's a pocket now because it's like, why not? Why not? Eventually, when the whole world collapses and I got all the pockets for the things, who's gonna be crying? Dog's like staring out. There's squirrels out the window, so the dog might go ballistic. He's like, the squirrel's running down the tree. Oh, and now he's coming over to the other window. The life of a dog. He's so spoiled. I'm very jolly of the dog's life. Boop, boop. Okay. This is cool. I really just like making shit. I like making things. I want other people to make things. I want everybody to make things. One little, two little, three little makers. Go back to my banana. I think I used all of the thread that I had to use. Like the purple stuff. I feel like I gotta get new thread. Might have to go on a supply run. My mom has a whole room of stuff, which is both like good and bad because it could be the cause of many fights, depending on what I use. It's like Russian roulette, but it doesn't really matter. So it doesn't really matter. Oh my dude. We were left by our father. And then the squirrels, we can't get to them. Yeah, because I don't think I can use this stuff. I think I have to use, like, the actual floss. Because those chunky needles are really hard to get through They're really hard to get through. So, let's see. Put put these back in the bag. And this is kind of like the end of the purple. This might be something. I don't know. I just kind of like wadded it up yesterday while I was cleaning up. Throw it back in this thread bag. I wish I could take you guys all to the craft room. But we're gonna save that for a special occasion. Like one where I don't have to come back to this house. Because they would not go well. It wouldn't go well if I take you all to the craft room. Let's see. So this is really short. So that's not usable. This is mediocre. This might get me what I need. I might be able to work with this to finish off the edges of the banana. Because there's two here. I wonder what they did like in the olden days to save their thread, because you know they saved their thread. They probably didn't have this sparkly gold thread, but oh, they would probably put them in like mending kits. Well, it just unraveled everywhere. Well, that just unraveled everywhere. The banana bag. Banana. See. Boop, boop, boop. Bananas. Alright. This is a prototype for a bag that I've been creating. It's gonna be a banana bag, and like as I see it more and more, it's like a side purse, and then I want to put, I think, some kind of rings on the bottom of them to hang all these chains from. And so making the pattern now, because what I'm pretty certain I'm going to do is I'm making the pattern now, and then I'm going to go to the thrift store and get some leather bags that I can cut up pieces of and sew them to make the actual purse, because the leather's going to be needed to hang. Like, this is not sturdy. This is also a really funny hat. So like this is my morning with my dad. It's like we're doing this kind of whatnot, and we're like, it looks like a Pope hat, and then we could put little holes in it for eyes. Anyways, prototype in a banana bag. So we're gonna move on from, this is the patch that I will sew into my knees when I bring the sewing machine down. Boop. And so that'll go over the stain on my sweatpants, so that doesn't have to bother me anymore, and I can wear them out into public. I was saying, like, clothes is great when I first got the sweatpants, I was like, these are great, these are wonderful, but then they're cheaply made, so they wear out over time, and then over time they get like dingy and weird looking, and so then I just that's when it's time to give them a refresh, and so you like paint them or draw on them or give them patches or do all the things. You just do whatever you want to make them look cool again, and so that's where we're at with that. This is a whole other thing. This, I want to do it, but I want to do it right. I want a really cool banana purse, so that requires prototyping it so that there's a pattern, so that when I make it, it's successful. It's like that patience is a virtue, which I had to learn patience. Patience was not something I was accustomed to. I had to be taught. It was very much like I still work all the time. But it's different now. Like everything would need to be taken care of immediately. I still feel the anxiety of it though. Like I'm not gonna lie, I just checked a whole bunch of email stuff. But I can wait until I'm done with this. And alright, so I want to finish this banana edge. With a blanket stitch. But I'm also folding it over. This is not a technique I have done before. I don't even know if it's a technique, but we're going to do it and see what happens. Because this is a prototype, so that's kind of like where it's at. Where it's at. Got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. I definitely don't have enough thread. But, whatever. Where it's at. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. So what I did was fold over the edge and then I'm blanket stitching it. Yeah, for my banana bag. Which is cool. I kind of like the folded over look. I like the folded over thing. What time is it? 9:30. I got like a few more minutes. I have to get ready for meetings and do work today and be social, and some of it I don't wanna and some of it I really wanna, so that is life. That is life. I'm excited. I get to see somebody that I went to high school with. I'm going to have coffee with them around lunchtime. So I'm excited about that. I haven't seen her since I was in high school, I think. Damn. And I have a website. I have a website consultation. So I'm excited about that because that is that's what I do for work. So that's just hopefully another project that keeps me going, keeps me projecting. I'm working on a couple different things right now, actually. So having some funding to start some of that would be cool. I think next week I'm going to be next week or two, I'm going to be rewiring a tail light on my Mini Cooper. So that'll be an experience. That should be fine. I'm was kind of intimidated by it, but I'm not really now because it should be a general swap in and out, and the piece isn't relatively expensive. So, and then I'm gonna apply to go work at some organic farms. Yeah, that about sums up my crazy plans right now. Fix the bus. Dad said it was supposed to be warm today, and I'm like, I don't have the time for it to be warm today. So if it could just like hold off until Wednesday. If it could just hold off until Wednesday. Then I can be warm, and then I can go out and continue to pull wiring out of the bus, which is where I left off with it. There's like, this still has all the old wiring on it. Hello. Thanks, first time chatter. I'm making a banana bag prototype and drinking coffee. So this is my banana bag. So making this so I can have a pattern. And then from the pattern, I can go to the Salvation Army and get leather bags. Thanks. So yeah, I'm making the pattern so I can, seriously, my dude, so that I can go to Salvation Army and get leather bags and make a banana bag. And then I like drippy bananas. So the idea is that like I'll make the bag, and then at the bottom it's going to have probably D-rings that come down with all these drippy chains. But I guess like in order to do it right, you got to prototype it. So that's where we're at. Oi. My doggo friend wants to go play with the squirrels. Play with the squirrels. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks. They're all buried over there, so I'll probably do that later this week. I'm working on a pair of, I love paint custom shoes, and I love doing it. And right now I'm working on a pair of ice skates that have vanilla ice on them. And they say ice, ice baby. I can probably grab them. The dog whimpering gets me in a tizzy, kind of. I'm scared. What does it need? But yeah, I just like to create all sorts of crazy things. So these were my ice skates I had when I was a kid. They were probably used like one season, and so I kind of refinished them up. And so Ice Ice Baby. You should go back to painting shoes. Like, it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, this Ice Ice Baby one, and then my Vanilla Ice portrait. So there's like special paint for it now, when I was in high school I had an airbrush, and so I would I would airbrush my shoes, and so I had one pair of shoes that I think lasted me like all through college, and they were like an OG pair of Converse, and I just painted over them and over them and over them like every time I wanted new ones, and eventually like I had to throw them away because they were just so worn. They had holes in them, and my feet would get wet. Like, it was just time to let them go. But it wasn't until like many years after that I started. Come here, buddy. Come here. It wasn't until many years after that I started like actually painting shoes. But he just wants the squirrels. But yeah, so trying to do this banana. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I found a leather jacket. You should give it another go. It's a lot of fun. And so I use Angelus paint. Come here. So I use Angelus paint. It's specifically meant for leather painting. But they've got a whole system where it cleans off the shoe, like all the stuff that's on the shoe. And it preps it so you can paint it, and then it seals it afterwards. But they're also, like, as far as paints go, they're really good pigmented, and they're good paints, and they're not very expensive. So I'm started my art career as an oil painter, and so I guess maybe I was used to really expensive paints. But I'm really impressed with the quality. I don't really like acrylic paint, but I'm impressed with the quality that. Oh, thanks for the follow. I gotta figure out how to make it like say something about that. I have a consultation today with a streaming gentleman to teach me the ways of the stream world. Because so like my whole thing started on TikTok Live. So I started doing this on TikTok Live, and with like it not being sustainable anymore for TikTok, I'm coming over to Twitch and doing more stuff on Twitch. Yeah, I'm not. This is like I just started going. This is my second Twitch stream, but I started going live on TikTok playing ukulele, and my goal was to like go live so many days a week until I went and did an open mic. And I wrote a song. I played the ukulele. I have a song that I wrote. I played it on stage, and then yeah, it just kind of went from there. But I travel a lot, and I'm working on rebuilding a bus. Right now it's winter time, so once it starts to get nicer out, I can finish up my bus. Um, and then I'll be able to like do more of this stuff on the road. So I'm trying to set it up so that it's sustainable long term. Um, I just do what I want to do. It's I just do what I want to do. There's no isn't an answer, and I've figured out when you crack the code to learning things, you crack the code to doing whatever you want. There's like limitations. There's no limitations except what's in your brain. So, um, but yeah, so I'm refinishing the bus. And I want to take this because I like making things. I also like that the book in the corner of the screen is a book that I wrote, and it's about learning like how to love yourself authentically and doing what brings you joy, learning how to answer to yourself and building your relationships around that kind of ideology and how it leads to like a more peaceful life. But it's not just a read book; it's a do book. You draw, you meditate, you journal. It's got all sorts of cool prompts in it. And so like doing the Twitch stream has now given me a way to kind of record what I'm doing and continue to facilitate an ideology of getting people to be creative and answer to their true selves and what they really want out of life. So it became like a if you want to do this and you're going to do this, you might as well record it while you're doing it kind of situation. So but yeah, I just make all sorts of stuff. Actually, I think I'm wearing my pants, so I have a pair of pants on right now that I patched up all the holes in with other fabric. But they were, again, like worn pants. Hi, buddy. Hi. He's like having a moment. He's having a moment. Oh, man. You bonked your head. I know. We can't go out and we can't go do the squirrels. Come here. They give you scratches? Oh, is that the spot? There you go. Oh, is that the spot? This is Rowan. He's a 2-year-old. He's a big puppy. Let's see. I have recently started painting again, and I have been recording it too, mostly just to watch progress. It's neat to see. That's awesome. It's great. Yeah, he is. He's a red. I don't remember, some kind of red hound. I don't know. He really likes the squirrels, which is right now he's whining because yeah, like a red coon hound or something. I don't know. He's big. He was like he chases squirrels. He's a squirrel chaser. That's how he spends his mornings. So like right now he's looking out the window and he sees them all, and he wants to go out there, but he's like obsessed with the squirrels. But once he gets them, he doesn't really want them. He really just wants to chase them. They were like bred to chase things that go into trees and then like bark at the tree so people knew where the things were, the animals were that they were getting. But he's about 2. He's very puppyish. But yeah, it's so I have a production company. I do video production and videography, and stuff like that. And so like recording your progress and like having all that film is going to be good. It's going to be good. Like as you grow and stuff, you're going to like, not just for your own seeing your progress and stuff like that, but it's a good documentation like as you go forward, I think, to have personally. Like, yes, I know. We just want, you want me to rub your ears? You scratch your back? We'll take back scratches over going to see the squirrels. But then he's like, where did you go? Like, I went somewhere. But yeah, so being creative is really important. It's important for other people to do, important for me. And I just want everybody to go out there and spend a little bit of time being creative, because the mental reward it gives back to you is like, it's great. You want to be mentally sharp, be creative. Problem solve. Try to make a banana bag. Try to do anything. Oh, that's awesome. What medium are you painting with? Yeah, that's the funny thing about rewarding. Like, that's so very rewarding and frustrating at the same time. It can be two sides. It can be one coin, two sides. Like, you need one without the other. Some of the things I am the most proud of doing in my life are the things that have been the hardest and most frustrating. So take that with a grain of salt. Nice. So I use acrylic right now, dabbling in watercolor. I have not tried oils. They're all definitely different. I taught at like that painting with a twist place for a while. So I've used acrylic. I use acrylic when I do murals a little bit, and spray paint when I do murals. But I'm not a huge fan of acrylic paint. Although it's cool now that don't let oils intimidate you. So oils have more options, but you have more control. No, come here. You can have pets, but we're not going outside. You can go lay down. You have more control over the feel of your oils. So, which you have now with acrylic, but when I first started with acrylic paint, they didn't have like the different mediums, the thickeners and the thinners and stuff like that to do it with the acrylics, which they do now. And so like oils, like it's more of like creating your own texture in paint. So you can make them more see-through, you can make them less see-through, you can make them dry quicker, faster, make them shiny, more matte. You just have more control depending on the additives that you give to them. And there's like different oils. Watercolors are fun. So for me, I had to learn, like what I had to learn personally in watercolors was to let go. So like when I painted with oils, it took me a while to get more like open with my brush strokes and stuff. Everything was very like tight lined and very, watercolors are fun. When I switched from oils to watercolors, I didn't have that level of control, and it was a lot of learning that like the water will do what the water does. So there's, I think, a really cool practice in painting watercolors that's like a lot of letting go, of what you thought this was going to be, or letting go of that perfection, which I think that's what makes art. That's what makes art. Is the expressive. I spent a really long time trying to make like portraits that were perfect, and I did, and then I found no joy in it. Oh, no, you can't hate everything you paint, because it's all just, art is so subjective. The stuff that I see that goes for a lot of money, I think, is mostly garbage, and that's because like art that's really expensive, like that whole art system is not real. It's not real. So like local galleries, getting your stuff in local galleries, like that's real. But when you talk about like people who are spending millions of dollars, like there's a lot of what Banksy is out there doing is trying to like really say like the system's broken. But as somebody who owns their own business, like corporations and people with money can spend their money on art and it's tax deductible. So like there's safe harbors for tax evasion and laundering money is what really inflated art is. So so to say that, you know, you don't like your stuff or to not like your stuff because, or for people, not specifically, but people out there would be like, well, it's not really art, but it is art. It's all art. If you created it, it's art. So, and just getting rid of that concept in your mind, I think just allows for people to create more freely. So make all the weird shit. It's important. It's great. Like, I hope that, like, especially where I live. So I was in Miami last week for work, and there's like murals everywhere. And I live up in like New England in the middle of nowhere in farm country. And it's very gray. Like even, and it's winter, so it's always gray here. But even going into our city, it's not as vibrant as like Miami is. And it's just sad. So, you know, I'm going to put rainbow stuff all over my clothes and make weird banana bags. And my form of protest is to be as colorfully inconvenient at people's perceptions as possible. That's a mouthful. Oh, this is hot. This mug is amazing. So what's really amazing about it is it's one of those Yeti mugs, and I don't have to pay a cent for it. My dad got it from his company, and then I put stickers over the logo. It's like, I know, homie. I know. We're having a moment. I know. You want to go see the squirrels. We're almost done. I'm going to jump off of here soon because it's almost 10 o'clock, and then that gives me an hour to, like, wrap up all the loose ends before my meeting. Like, clean up my space. Anyways, thank y'all for hanging. If you're on TikTok, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. It's Aldia Creative. It was nice chatting with you too. Thanks for the follow. And we'll see you again soon. We're going to be doing this. I'm still working on getting a schedule together for it. Things are kind of all up in the air right now, but usually mornings I do crafty stuff. So if I'm going to do crafty stuff, then we're going to be on here. And Rowan says bye. Get off. See, he says bye. Okay. Bye, y'all.